let's talk about a word you probably use all the time, letter. Seems pretty simple, right? But what if I told you it holds this kind of hidden secret about how language itself is put together? Yeah, let's dig into the story of this one simple word. So, the word letter kind of lives this double life. First, you've got letter as in a symbol, right? Like A, B, C, a single character. But then you've also got letter as a message you get in the mail. They seem like two totally different things, packed into one little word. But are they? Okay, that first meaning, it's absolutely fundamental. We're talking about the alphabet. These are the tiny, indivisible pieces, the real building blocks of everything we write. Every single word starts right here with these guys. And then, of course, there's the other meaning, which is just as common. A letter is a message. It could be a note, a memo, even an email, really. It's just a thought packaged up and sent from one person to another. So, okay, we have a symbol and we have a message. Two separate ideas. But what if they're not so separate? What if there's a hidden connection? What if this one simple word was chosen for a very, very specific and important reason? So as I was digging into this one sentence just jumped out at me. It said, letter is on the basic English 850 list. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds super random and obscure. But trust me, it's not just a piece of trivia. It's a clue. A big one. And it completely unlocks a new way of thinking about language. 850. Just think about that number for a second. It's not random at all. It's a very specific, carefully chosen limit. And it kind of makes you go, So what is this list? And why on earth is our word letter considered so essential that it absolutely had to be on it? This, right here, is where the story gets really interesting. All right, let's dive in and unpack the whole system behind this number. Okay, so basic English, it's not just some random list of words, it's an entire system. A simplified version of the English language built from a core vocabulary of only 850 words. And every single one of those words was chosen because it was powerful and super versatile. Now, this isn't about, dumbing down English, not at all. It's actually about engineering it for maximum efficiency. The system gives you just enough words for things, for actions, for qualities, and it pairs them with simpler grammar rules. And the whole point, the big goal, was to make communication way, way clearer, especially for people from different countries trying to talk to each other. And that brings us right back to our word, letter. See, it wasn't just thrown in there by chance. It was deliberately handpicked. It was seen as one of the 850 most critical foundational concepts you need to communicate in English. It totally made the cut. So you have to ask, why? Why go to all the trouble of creating a language with just 850 words? What's the point of something that simple? Well, the reason is actually pretty ambitious. For one, it makes English way easier for beginners to pick up. It just lowers that barrier to entry. Second, it forces you to be clear. You can't hide behind fancy words. You have to explain complex ideas in simple terms. But the biggest goal of all was for it to be a kind of bridge, a common language that speakers from all over the world could use. I mean, just think about the power of that for a second. With a vocabulary that you could probably fit on just a few pieces of paper, you can talk about almost anything. Science, business, art, just everyday life. It's like this incredibly efficient little engine for communication. Okay, so what's the big takeaway from all this? After going down this rabbit hole, how does it change the way we look at a simple word like letter? Here's the thing. Our word letter, it's not just a word in a dictionary. It's a tool, a carefully chosen tool. Someone decided that this concept was so fundamental, so absolutely essential, that you couldn't build communication without it. Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine all of the English language is like a giant overflowing bin of Legos, thousands and thousands of pieces. Basic English, well, that's the essential starter kit. It might not have every weird, specialized piece, but it has every single fundamental block you need to build pretty much anything you can dream up. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about, right? If it's possible to say almost anything you need with just 850 words, what does that say about the thousands and thousands of other words we use every single day? Is more always better? Or maybe, just maybe, have we forgotten how powerful it can be to just keep things simple?